Welcome back, everyone. This is the section on big IP LTM setup. Okay, so in this section, we'll learn to perform the startup configuration and installation of the F5 appliance from the scratch. All right. So this is the first lesson where we are actually going to install and do the initial setup on the F5 LTM appliance. All right. So you're gonna get the appliance, maybe virtual or whatever it is. In our lab, we have got the virtual appliance, virtual edition of Big IP. So let's get started. This is our lab environment. In this, uh, once it starts, the default, there are two credentials basically. One is the credentials for the root access, another one for the GUI for the platform access, which is the admin credentials. For the root, the default password is default. Okay, so once you hit enter, it's gonna ask you to reset the password. Here you go. You can change the password as per your wish. I'm sorry, I pressed twice. Okay, so let's do it again. The default password is default. It's gonna ask you to reset the password. Let's try our best. Oh, I'm sorry, I again hit. That's my bad. Okay, so let's be conscious this time. Okay, wonderful. um okay, all right, so we are in the system now. You can see the future change for the you can see the message saying that the password for the admin username has been changed to match the new password for the root ID. Okay, so how you gonna actually access to the platform? How you actually going to access to the system anyways? The best method is to get the IP address first. And okay, so once we do the IP config, we could see the IP address of the system. Sorry, we lost it. Let's do it again. All right. All right, so you can see 192.168.0.109. So that's the IP address. Let's go to our system. Okay, and let's do 192.168.0.109. Okay, so it doesn't seems to be working. um, Wonderful. So that's HTTPS. So once you do that, the default password for the system for the GUI is the admin, but because we have changed the password, so usually what happen is it's never, it's the moment you do that, it's gonna be the moment we have changed the password for the root, it takes the same password for the admin as well. What you can do is you can change your password in the very beginning. So use your current password and your new password. Wonderful. Once you do that, now you can access with your new password over here. Now wonderful, we can see the system now. One very important question I came across, in fact, a very long time back. People get stuck with it. They forget the, sometime we need to reset the admin password, and how actually they're gonna do it. You can even do it from the GUI itself. You can actually log into the appliance, and you can actually do it from there as well. What you actually, okay, over here, what you actually need to do is, there are certain command. For that, you have to go to the CLI, you have to go to the TMSH mode, and under that you can put a command modify auth. You can press tab to autocomplete the command user admin prompt. Okay, the moment you hit enter, it's gonna be asking you to put the new password. All right, but remember this: the moment you do that, it would not take the new password into the effect unless you save the config. The command to save the configuration is save sys config. Once you do that, it's gonna save the file. You see, so that's the one way to reset your admin credentials. And now again, go to our system. All right, we are here. Next, so as a next step, we'll go and activate the license. We'll click on next. We'll click on activate. Now for this, we need the registration key. We got this registration key over here, maybe. I'm sorry. Well, it's here. Okay, so the next, it's asking for any add-on registration key. If you have any additional products or services, you can go for adding those licenses as well. Maybe Big IQ or APM or any other license if you require. Now we have got two methods to activate this license or activate this appliance. We can either do it automatic. In automatic way, we don't really have to do anything. The moment you click on next, it's gonna be activating the appliance automatically. That's it mean to be. And it works when you have the internet access to the appliance. Okay, but when you don't have the internet access to the appliance, you can go for the manual way. Let me show you how that works. If you click on the manual way and you click on next, it's gonna give you 3 steps. Here it is. The first step, it's gonna ask you to copy this dossier, and what we're gonna next do is, you can see, click here to access the F5 licensing server. You can either click on it or either go to the activate.f5.com. Okay, and over there you will get an option of F5 licensing tools, and that you can click on activate F5 product registration key. All right, so it's already paste my earlier dossier. I can paste my new latest dossier. I can click on next. The moment we do that, it's gonna give us the license. Okay, oh yeah, we have to accept the user legal agreement. Once we do that, we get to see our license. Either we can copy it or we can download it. Okay, let's hang on first. Yeah, over here we can activate the F5 product with this license. We can either copy it or we can download the entire license, and then we can paste it over here. So that's the manual way. It's good when it is the option when you don't have the internet access to your appliance. Else you can directly activate. I just want to show you how easy it is. You can just paste the registration key, and you choose the automatic option there, and once you hit next, it's gonna activate your license. Okay, let's wait and see how this really works. Alright, so you see this configuration has been changed. It's taking some time to load the license into the system, and it's taking some time. Alright, perfect. You can see in the background the something is happening. I'll show you what exactly it is. All right. So what exactly it's happening is it's basically downloading all the configuration utility from the big IP server. Okay. And in the next step, what we are actually going to do is we are actually going to provisioning the resources. This is the virtual appliance. Okay, we haven't really bought the entire physical appliance. We have got the software virtual appliance. Okay, so in that case we have to decide how many amount of resources our services will be given, you know should be allocated with. Okay, so you see we have two options which is readily available over here. Management, which you can choose it small. If you have, for lab purpose, it's good to go for small. If you have multiple objects, then you can select accordingly. Then we have LTM. For LTM, it depends on the resources. You see, our current resources is allocated this way: 24 GB of disk. Then memory, the RAM, I have allocated somewhere around 4 GB, and that's how it is working at this moment. In the LTM, we get, once you click on it, you get three options: dedicated, nominal, and minimum. Okay, let's understand what is exactly dedicated means to you. When you select dedicated, it means that the entire this much of dedicated resources, maybe a disk space, CPU, or RAM, will be strictly allocated to the LTM and will not be shared among any other services or any other modules. So it's strictly be given to the LTM. When you select nominal, so nominal is specifies, if you select the nominal, what happen is your module get least amount of resources. Your appliance get, least amount of resources so that it can get started. And then afterwards, if it requires any additional resources, it can see the available or remaining resources and it can utilize it. So it's very much flexible. It can, it can work according to the absolute availability of the resources. But when you select the minimum, that's where you, once it is selected, once you allocate the resources, that's actually allocated. It will, your appliance will turn up with the minimum resources, but then no additional resources will ever be allocated to this module. So it's always good to go with nominal. Okay, there are some cases based on your requirement, based on the needs that you might need. In case when you strictly want to go with the LTM resources, no other services you have in your mind for, in a future or something, you can go for dedicated as well. For our case, we can go for nominal. Then we can select the next. In the next tab, we get to see details about device certificates and all the other information. This is the self-signed certificate information. You can do that and you can select OK. Now in the platform section, you can give a name to the platform. I'll give it a name. Maybe, I'll give the host name as this. You can get the IP address from the DHCP, or you can keep it manual as well. At this moment, it has got the IP address from the DHCP, so we can keep it as it is. You also see an option to change the root password. You see, we can be in the root and we can change the admin and the root credentials, but we can also do it from the GUI as well. So you could see that over here as well. Now you can keep an option of what sources can actually access to the appliance, so that you can, specify the IP address range accordingly. So once you hit enter, it's gonna, you can either keep it disabled, or you can put their password as well. Once it's a mandatory, so we can put the password. Alright, so it's done. This is all the startup configuration. Once you click finish, your appliance is ready to go. All right. So you could see all the features listed on the left hand side. IMAP, local traffic. This is the LTM major feature, the core of the LTM, and everything related to the IAP, DNS, and everything. Okay. As a next step, we'll have to really configure the interfaces. We'll have to configure self IP, VLANs, and physical interfaces as well. All right. So we'll catch you in the next lesson. Thank you.